Hey guys, it's Ross Scotton on the Space Couch today. Over the last couple of days, Rian Johnson has decided to go to war with YouTuber Mike Zeroh, which is really not very edifying for him. Now, for those of you who don't know Mike Zeroh, he does a Star Wars channel that's mostly like speculation. What can we see in the upcoming film? What does this mean? Could this be all that sort of stuff? And there's certainly a market for that. And I watch his videos quite a lot as well, although as we get closer to a film, I tend to not watch them just in case he does actually have some accurate information that is a spoiler in there, and I don't want to spoil the film for myself. So I tend to drop off well in advance of the films. But I'm watching his videos at the moment, and it's all about various things about episode 9, and some of those like photograph leaks and like what could that mean and all that sort of stuff. He has loads of theories. And he's always comes over as quite a nice guy, to be honest. Passionate about Star Wars, always been pretty respectful. Clearly didn't like The Last Jedi, but he's never like cussed out Rian Johnson or anything. What he has done, and I do find this quite amusing, is he's taken a bit of satisfaction in the fact that it seems like, because we don't know officially, that Rian Johnson's trilogy has been cancelled. And this whole brouhaha kind of came out of someone asking Rian on Twitter if the trilogy is still going ahead. And he said, yep. And the other guy was basically saying, oh, so Mike Zeroh is wrong then, and that it's been cancelled. And then Rian just came out with a great big long text of, ha 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 ha. This is because of Mike Zeroh. And basically just proceeded to cuss him out by saying things like, when we were filming The Last Jedi, if we were writing something that didn't come up to standard, we just throw it in the Zeroh file. Or if somebody did something dumb, said, oh, they've been zeroed. So basically just using this guy as the butt of humour. I guess in an office environment that happens, but you don't expect one of Disney's directors to be cussing out a Star Wars fan, a passionate Star Wars fan, for this sort of thing. And it's pretty unedifying. What it does show is that Rian Johnson is very insecure at the moment about his trilogy, and it actually plays into a point that Mike Zeroh has made several times, that if you are involved in the pre-production or whatever with your project, whatever project that is, whoever you are, you don't really have time to be doing stuff on social media. And Ryan's been on social media a lot, mostly defending The Last Jedi from the haters. Because think about J.J. Abrams. He's now deep into filming episode 9. I think his Instagram has got literally 1 or maybe 2 posts on there, and his Twitter is the same. He hasn't got time for social media. He's busy. Rian is not busy. He has got time for social media, and he's decided to have a go at Mike Zeroh. Probably because Mike Zeroh didn't care for The Last Jedi, and also, although he's been respectful and has always said stuff like, now that Rian Johnson's trilogy has been cancelled, and it's kind of like that sort of thing, what you'd expect. And yeah, Rian is not handling it very well. Like I said, this is really very unbecoming for Rian Johnson, and for Lucasfilm, and for Disney. People are allowed to like or not like The Last Jedi. I liked The Last Jedi overall, but I've discussed many times the very obvious flaws it has, and even how the things that I liked are problematical. I wouldn't appreciate Rian Johnson getting up on his high horse and suddenly cussing me out. It's like online bullying. Talk about be best. I'm sure Disney are very happy that one of the directors has launched an online bullying campaign against Mike Zeroh. But here's the thing, Mike Zeroh will take that in his stride. He will absolutely have a field day with those comments. It will drive people to his channel to subscribe and to like and to watch his videos, which is kind of the opposite of what Rian Johnson wanted. But yes, like I said, very unbecoming for Rian Johnson to take on a YouTuber, especially one who's as inoffensive as Mike Zeroh. It'd be like him coming after me, Not that I'm at the level of Mike Zeroh, who's got like 130,000 followers, 80 odd million views. But it's like funny how he went for him and not some of the strong Star Wars channels, like say Alex from Star Wars Explained, or Jeremy Johns, or the Collider guys, or Mr. Plinkett, or anything like that. No, he went for Mike Zeroh, because Mike Zeroh does, how would you describe it? Speculation and theories, like I said, and all that sort of thing. Most of which turns out to be nonsense, or it's just his thoughts on what he'd like to see. But there is often a grain of truth in there, and that is why I stopped watching his videos 6 months or so before a film comes out, just in case there is something in there that I missed. But yeah, like I said, it's really not cool. I mean, you know that expression, with great power comes great responsibility? Rian should really listen to that. And I don't even think Mike Zeroh has responded to Rian's comments, but he doesn't respond to anyone. I don't think he's ever actually answered a comment on any of his videos. But yeah, like I said, not cool by Rian Johnson to launch after this guy. But yes, it will do Mike Zeroh a power of goods. It's like, what's that? From zero to hero, I guess. Adding an H at the end, of course, because Mike Zeroh has an H at the end of his name, Zero. But yeah, that's just what's been going on. Very unedifying sight indeed. And we'll just provide more grist to the mill of the people who say that Lucasfilm doesn't know what it's doing at the moment, alienating its fans, its hardcore fans, the ones who go to see the film a dozen or more times, who buy all the merchandise and buy several copies of all of that merchandise. Yeah, that's the people that you want to be pissing off. But anyway, guys, that is just my thoughts on it. I'm not very impressed with it. I do think this will hasten the likelihood that Rian Johnson's trilogy is indeed in the deep freeze. But you know how it works at this level. They'll never come out and say, oh, his trilogy is cancelled because of X, Y, Z. It'll be on hiatus, it'll get pushed back and back and back, and then maybe he will leave, someone else become attached, and it'll be a completely different thing that finally gets made. It's the same with Kathleen Kennedy. They're never going to say, she's been fired, you know. It's like, she'll retire or she'll get moved to another position in Disney. Because that's how it happens at those levels, you know. Unless there's an actual crime involved, in which case they get canned immediately and very publicly. Either you just retire with your golden handshake or you get moved off to some post where you can't do any further harm. But anyway, guys, that is my thoughts on it. What do you guys think? I think we should show our support for Mike Zeroh, and he can be our hero, because I think a lot of us would rather listen to his videos than Rian Johnson, to be honest. But like I said, Mike Zeroh is a hero. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.